Hi and welcome to the Fast Lane Car. My name is Tommy Micah. This is Project Porsche, episode 3 of our 1999 Porsche Boxster. Now our little car has some pretty big issues and one of them is the horn. It's a key safety item and it isn't working whatsoever. And another issue just popped up in the last couple of days. The car isn't really running whatsoever. It is idling, but it doesn't idle smoothly. It's constantly changing RPM. It sputters, it dies. Now I have absolutely no clue what the issue is, but let's figure it out together. Our Porsche Boxster suffers an issue a lot of Porsches, the 986 and the 996 from this era suffer, the late 90s, the early 2000s. The horn doesn't work. Now what happens is, the horn ring has these little bushings, the bushings perish, they fail, this causes the horn to honk under braking and then eventually all the time. So this car has its horn disconnected, we're going to replace the horn ring and we'll be good to go. Step 1 is to disconnect the battery. Now the next step is to remove the two T30 Torx bits that are holding the airbag on. Use a screwdriver to gently pry the connector off the airbag. Next, disconnect the wire going to the horn ring and remove the four 19mm bolts holding it in position. So our new horn ring was about $100, but it is a genuine Porsche part. And the little bushings that make the horn work are fresh and not broken like the old one. Make sure not to over-tighten the four horn ring bolts. Reconnect the airbag and tighten the bolts behind the steering wheel. A previous owner had removed the horn fuse, so I had to replace that and then reconnect the battery. Okay, moment of truth. Oh dear, well we do have a horn, but it sounds like we may need to replace it. So the horn ring is fixed, but we still don't have a horn because the horns themselves are kaput. And we have a brand new one. It's a genuine Porsche part. Now there are two of them. We're only replacing the louder one because we're on a strict budget. But because it's a Porsche part, we have the correct connectors, so there will be no cutting or splicing. So step 1, and I'm already stuck. Now, this marker light's supposed to just pop out, but clearly someone's been messing around with this. There's tape in the wheel well, so it's been taped in for some reason. There we go. Okay. Remove the two screws behind each marker light. The second of the two is accessible through the wheel well. Open the trunk, undo the clips, and remove the plastic cover that covers the trunk latch. There are two screws under this cover. So next we have a bunch of screws located underneath the front bumper. Now, if you do not jack up your car like we are doing right now, you will need a small stubby screwdriver. There we go. Yikes. So you can get to the horns, or at least one of the horns, without taking these little air ducts off. And the horns are located right here. So I've just unplugged one. Here's the plug. Because it's a Porsche part, the new one should just plug in like such. Okay, let's see if it works. Hey, we've got a horn again. That's great news. Okay, so now to take the old horn off, put the new horn on, and then the bumper. So underneath the bumper, there's a couple cool things on these early Boxsters. On either side, we have a radiator underneath these shrouds. This is actually a pull wire in case the battery dies and you need to get to the trunk. It operates the latch. We also have the temperature sensor, which is dangling right here. And that just feeds through these vents in the bumper themselves. Now these feed air directly to the radiators. The final part to our complete horn overhaul is the ambient air temperature sensor, and that just goes right here in the front bumper. Now, if you're planning on doing any work on your car that was built in the late 90s all the way up to present day, you need to get yourself one of these. This is an OBD2 port reader. This plugs into the OBD2 port on your vehicle. This particular one, called the Blue Driver, is about $100 on Amazon and connects to your phone via an app, and it'll tell you what error codes the car is throwing. Ignition on. We do get a light. Now this does run through Bluetooth. A quick scan revealed a problem with the mass airflow sensor. Now I have brought the car outside because it is obviously running way too rich. We have a new mass airflow sensor coming. That will be next episode. I hope you enjoyed this week's. See you guys in 2 Mondays.